Hello, navigators, and welcome to yet another conversation hosted by your favorite viewer. And we are here to explore further what we started a couple of weeks ago, getting to know the cast. We are here by request and also by our own order. We had intended to bring second last, but never least, our very own Zongamele. Guys, we are talking, we're getting to know Zongamele namhlanje. And today, for the purposes of this conversation, we found it appropriate that simkhuphe ubema wes, because wanaboyithu, as you saw in the last episode, then get a protest because they always, you know, my daughter, they will tend to migrate towards each other. So today I'm joined by a very bright and a very beautiful Dr. Zikhona for this conversation. Hello, Zikhona.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Because
Because we're hot spot.
Lovely having you. Well, no, actually, no, you've got two ladies. We're sitting naye. And
bebekufumene kaloku nawe le nto ndizokuthethelela
ostrich ke sana lam ihleli apha against just one source of testosterone, A1. Okay, we're here to dissect. We're going to be cutting him up, chopping him up into pieces. We want to know what it is and what it means to be Brian Zongamele. Cheslele Ndevu. How are you, bro?
I'm easy. Like, yes, I love the way you're buttering me up. It's like Lala Kusha. It's like it's coming.
What have I ever done?
Oh, dude, it's in the eyes. It's in the. Yes.
I'm 2026. I'm a bigger person. I'm a better person.
2026. 2026.
Brian, you know what? I actually just want to get to know you. I know my earliest memory of seeing your very handsome face was, I was still in high school. And I think at the time we had that, program, was it called TV1 or was it SABC1?
Yeah.
Was it already SABC1?
Yeah.
But I remember Kukolanjite Simunye, oh, we are one. Sonke kama 80s. Come on. If you've never sang in a choir in the 80s. Tone it down. Love it.
You've got the chutzpah. Sayithandele energy yakho uzocula ngayo. I'll call it baritone.
You're almost everywhere, but you're here.
We love it for the enthusiasm.
I love that because guys, everywhere you go, doesn't matter, you don't have to be good at everything, but your presence must be felt.
Oh, hell yeah.
During the people. I love that. I love that.
Leave a room. She was
very much aware. So, ladies and gentlemen, from Simunye, we are one, was this handsome man. Weren't you just two gorgeous souls?
Man,
imagine.
I worked towards it. I think there was a standard.
You couldn't have worked to look gorgeous, though.
We worked towards having, bodies that were looked at. And
arms, guys, somebody please collaborate.
Did you have to do something?
It was a prerequisite for us in Dobana. You need to hit the gym.
You need to look proper and well packaged. I love that.
Yeah. I was
too.
19, 20 years old. When I started at SABC1, flip. And the pressure was already there. You had Clint, who was a gladiator. You had Umuzi, who played for the Gauteng Lions. So you had Vusi Twala, who had a flipping 8-pack. You had you had Colin, who was a boxing trainer. So you see, you had Graham, who's still on flipping SABC3 in the morning. You had Pepsi here, and you're like, but I no go.
Waleed to bring, but you look
Shani,
very
you had to.
proper though.
Wow.
No, we had to.
But this will probably lead me to a question later on, and I'm sorry that I have to ask you early on.
Yeah.
You know, we haven't even gotten into the interview, but I feel like, I mean, I was definitely out of your league because I was a child. When was this? When I got to know, it was like 2000, 2001. Yeah, I mean, I was a child. High school nyana, right? But I mean, how was that for female response? Nibahle, you're on TV. We've just come into this new dispensation of democracy. Nathi ngoku singabantu that can actually be on, you know what I mean? On programs, on main channels, and we've got you guys. Nani Pano. I remember at the time, kuko no Dixie. There would have been. Who's this girl that's on Carte Blanche? That
Claire.
my goodness.
Claire.
Yonke la crew yenu.
Yeah.
But was it not also a bit of pressure in terms of where it placed you with your female counterparts? You know, or not?
I don't know about, if I would say pressure, no?
But attention, rather.
Oh,
from
hell
them.
yeah. Oh, hell yeah. Oh, hell yeah. The attention was there. I remember.
And the response from you guys?
In terms of response,
Look, there is attention from ladies, and how do you then respond to it?
Because
also, bearing in mind, muscular toxicity amongst you as peers. Is that what you call it? When you guys actually feel like body count, you know, feeds the ego as a man. And you suddenly...
Was that a thing then?
I feel like it was.
It's always been a thing. I mean, previously, before that, if we were to talk about masculinity and toxic masculinity, think about instances where it was always very low. So now I'm fresh out of matric. I'm doing my first year at Braamfontein, and at the same time, a month into my first year, I land this job at SAPC1. I'm fresh from East London. I still have my first cell phone. I remember it was a Sunday, and I was working with Camilla. Camilla used to speak fluent Zulu. She was the white lady with the.
I remember her.
Yeah, Camilla. My first shift was with the Camilla on a Sunday, and I remember when literally, as I was doing my link, I could hear my phone ringing.
People are just like we're singing
on some TV. Like, what the hell is going on? And that I was on some guys. I'm leaving for Joburg and expect greatness.
Wow.
You know, I left with an intention. You're okay, cool. I know where I'm going. I know what I want.
Love that.
I knew what I wanted to get into. I knew Indobana Media was one thing I wanted to get into. And that's exactly what happened. Body count, you had to be responsible about it.
No, don't answer that as a 40-plus-year-old.
No. It's not even about being a 40-plus-year-old. It's not even.
Because I had said earlier, this is something you guys might have been chasing. Because I mean, why not? You guys are younger.
Come on, we chased booty, of course. But I think as funny singabantu, bakhona machita that you'll find.
This is the same question I asked Kumawetu. There is a quantum 16-seater. Ikona single deck, Greyhound, ikona double deck. Ikona Boeing, fly size, ikona Airbus. What are we talking?
I don't know.
Would it be true that you'd actually come across a lady and you might have gotten close to them, but awusamazi igama lakhe?
No, that'll never happen.
So you've got a very sharp memory to remember
photographic.
All 500 to 1,000 of them?
500 to 1,000. Why are you leading this response? No, listen. I remember kusithiwa at some point nobana ndinabantwana eBhayi.
Zikhona.
But kwathiwa ndinamawele eBhayi mfundini. Daddy Jin, izani nawo ndanga. And I knew for a fact ndobana only girl I had dated in PE. We had always rubberized, and there had never been an instance. And she wasn't from PE. I was like, 20s. I almost revealed my address. That is Anna, and that is Anna. Come, prove it. Zanna.
I hope you're not agitating her to actually come forth. Are you absolutely sure?
I'm absolutely sure. I've got 4 kids, bruh, from 2 wives. That's it.
2?
Wives.
Unesithembu Thando Unesithembu. Ubrian Unesithembu, he has kids from 2 wives. Guys, what
My
life?
ex-wife and my wife. Come on.
Oh, we don't even select
thank you for the distinction. Because I feel like it wasn't clear.
No. I had kids in marriage. My ex-wife and my wife, and that's it. That's it.
Nice.
2 kids, Makala, and boy, girl, girl, boy. Oh, best believe. And that's one thing I actually celebrated.
I actually have a question for both of you.
Oh, my
But
man.
I don't know if you don't have it. Okay, let me
It's
first
one
listen.
thing I celebrated, and I said to my ex-wife, Ndobana, you know, right down to the flip, I remember the moment of even conception, bro. It was my birthday week. Sasilapha eMonti
Asikhathi Brian, uzazi njani xa sizawungena endaweni?
Ndathi kuye-
Uzazi njani ezizawudubula zikhupha abantwana
Mamela, bra,
Buddha?
ndathi kuye, Buddha, I feel like I've just given my soul away after the action.
Tell me about that action. Bokusenzelani kule action? But no, it's okay. We believe you. We believe you. We just want your version of the story. How did you experience the moment enough for you to know they're meeting?
Bro, Jonga, bra.
Why hasn't their meeting?
Yeah, Jonga, it was after the deed, and I was like, bruh, I feel like I've just given my soul away. Wow. She's like, okay, we're doing, okay, hey.
I was so
Once again-
cute. Once
Once again, bah! 3-4 weeks later, that was October. No, in December, after her birthday, right, in November. So December, she's like, hey, I'm not feeling too great. I'm like, Smogo, say I miss your test. When we trace back, birthday weekend, she's like, what you gave your soul away. I'm like, holy flip.
Wow.
You've got your stripes, Naz. We're pregnant. I was like, okay, cool. Let's go
What a
ahead.
beautiful story.
Bro, Jonga,
Uzawulila kuzikona because she loves beautiful stories. What's your take on that? Now I'm busy dissecting it further. I'm like,
But I think, yes, with my second born,
Yeah.
I felt it when the guy that
Yeah.
someone is being
Yeah.
is being born, is being made.
Is being made, yeah.
Just after the incident, I felt different.
Yeah.
I know, but no one is ever gonna believe that.
Yeah.
I went straight to morning after. I must have taken 3 different tablets the morning after.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
no. The person did eventually arrive.
No,
The
Jonga.
person. I felt that day that, oh wow, something is happening to my body.
Like there's
But
something
I'm
what are you
pregnant.
trying to say about me? I haven't
This-
felt nothing.
I've been pregnant 3 times, but it
I
happened
haven't
once.
felt nothing.
Yeah, but
Guys, that was there basically.
I'm gonna hold myself
never
back from
happened
saying
the
what I
other
was
one.
thinking.
Listen.
It was with this particular child.
There is
Yeah.
no way I would have gone there twice. I can't even weigh one. For me, it was like literally tada, you're pregnant. Mina nivile, sensiche kushba, lento yami yorojwa yaqala pha.
And yeah, I'm also happy that it was something that you celebrated, because bringing a life into the world is not an easy. It's not a joke. It's the biggest thing that one can do.
Klonda wole your name. And to come back to, it's going to answer exactly what your question was in terms of a body count, right? When I met my ex-wife, I was already a year into working at SABC1, right? And she was at Metro FM, Viwe and Doc, and bro, it was literally from the day we started dating, that was it. There was no running around and effing around. Kid you not. I was like very intentional. And I'm that, I commit. I'm that kind of person. If I'm in a relationship, I commit and I don't see anything else. Up until ndibona into yobana okay,
Ziyakhala.
ayikendanga ke nam nje mazi kaloku off ramp xa ndibona uba wena usabetha kweyakho i-off ramp ngase-left uthi wena N1
Was
south,
that the case though?
I can N1 north.
Did she off ramp?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, she did.
So sorry. But how did that settle you? I mean, how did that sit with you as a man?
The thing is, you see it coming, right? And you can only advise umntu so much. Utsho kuye into yobana except the people that you're associating with, bazakulahlekisa. This is what I want. And I was saying to Uziko even earlier on in Dobana, even after we separated, right, in 2009, it got to a point where I left Gauteng just to And I mean, this was now 2013 after 4 years of trying to work things out. And I was like, eventually, you know what? Flip a second up. Moved here. That he, you know, bring me the kids. I'll take care of the kids when I life work. This newfound life. And even then, I was saying, you know, come to Emondi, let's start from scratch, bro. We'll establish ourselves from here and let's try again. It's not going to happen. Cool. To a point where 2016, where I met my wife now. And I said to her, and I've been saying to you for the last couple of years, let's try this over. And you've been very, you know, verbal about the fact that you don't want to. So I've met someone and it's time to move on. That's when the divorce papers came.
And who initiated the divorce?
She had initiated it first. Back when we separated in 2009, 2010. And I refused. Terms and conditions. I was like, yeah, bro. I went and got my lawyer, Steve, and he was like, bro, come on. You've left everything there. She needs to. I was like, so we had to become amicable.
I love that.
We had to become amicable. She's the mother of my children.
I love that.
And eventually we, you know, and I was honest enough to say, I'm moving on with my life. And this is the person that she is, my wife now. And I tried to create a relationship between the two of them because I'm not a baby almost. So I said, look, bro, at the end of the day, I ain't go mama wabo, but ungo mama kubo.
In your
absence.
Under the current circumstances.
Exactly.
Yes.
So you need to have an open line of communication.
Absolutely.
And we're doing this co-parenting thing, this blended family thing. Because I try to create a comfortable situation.
And that's not easy what you're trying to do. I don't think that I don't see a lot of men attempting to actually be the bridge. I see you being the bridge to peace. You know, because at the end of the day, after all these relationships, Nyani, what we're looking for is peace.
Absolutely.
You want to go to bed at night and sleep peacefully and not wake up with this indazaizo. I
love that you're saying at the end of the day what to seek is peace, right? And then I know that it's I didn't invent this, but some things are easier said than done. And maybe from your personal experience, we're going to come back to you just now, Brian, but I just want to pick your brains further on what you've just said.
No, take your time. I love being off the hot seat.
We're coming back just right now. But I feel like all three of us have gone through a life-changing event. We've all gotten divorced at some point. And I think even as we sit here, I'm sure I speak for myself in saying I still wish, circumstances would have been more reasonable around how we parent. Because we're not co-parenting. And
I'm sorry about that for you.
It's my reality. It's something I've had to adjust to. And we're not co-parenting. And I think I get more peace from the absence of co-parenting than I would in the co-parenting situation. Because of just how we ended up, which was...
It would require more communication.
It would require more from me, which I'm not willing to give any further, you know. But what do you think then stands in the way of peace for most of us? Because if I still need to listen to it, removing myself from the situation, just to say, if somebody had to look into this, what then stands in the way of peace?
Viwe, I'm gonna say this in Shambi. I hope I don't offend anyone. But for me, I know that there was a time after me and my ex-husband, who I have 3 children with, we divorced. Okay, we first co-parented nicely together. And at some point after my mother died, there was a disconnect, and that disconnect was quite difficult, and it was very difficult. I don't think that as Zikhona, I am meant to be a single parent who's going to be the parent to these 3 children, and everything that they're gonna need is gonna come from me, emotionally, psychologically, textually, intellectually, spiritually. If I had known that there was a chance that I would have these kids by myself, I would never have had them. I would never have had children if I knew that there was a chance I could do it alone. I've never wanted. It doesn't mean I don't love them. It's just that I know me.
Yeah.
I wish that I had known me even better before I had the kids.
You had the
because
kids.
I'm not one. My emotions are not such that I can hold space for 3 children in every aspect of their lives.
Wow.
So as we were going through this situation after my mom died, it was actually exactly a period of 2 years.
Yeah.
I took myself.
Yeah.
My whole yellow bone self.
Yeah. Hey, the
my whole yellow bone. My whole Zikhona. My everything that I've ever been, I took with this thing, and I went and I said, "Your children need you.
Yeah. Yeah.
I need you.
Yeah.
I cannot do this.
Yeah.
I'm gonna die if I continue.
Bro.
I'm not able to do this." And I know for me, it took out a lot of Zikhona. Someone else who's not necessarily who's the enemies at this stage. To go to your enemy, just imagine 2 people at war, nads at war. I can't do this. Tando needs you.
Yeah.
I cannot offer what you can offer.
Yeah.
I had to beg. I
feel like
people.
men will love it when they get women to that point.
No. May I interject and and actually correct that?
Yeah.
You see, my situation is completely different because Kalogo, you must remember, in Domana, we all make different decisions, right? Now, if you make a decision to walk out of a solid family structure because of the influences that you have, you need to learn your flipping lesson. Go and learn that lesson.
But
it's not a matter of bringing you down to your knees. It's a matter of you realizing the consequences of your decisions.
No, I want to respectfully disagree.
Okay.
That whatever happens between you and I, even if I'm influenced by Zikhona to leave you, that is at my personal level.
It is.
Now we're talking kids. Now we are saying, because what she's saying, what I understood for you to be saying is that you found yourself, irrespective of how mad you were at each other, at a point where you then realized,
I can't do this.
They need emotional, financial, and every other type of support. Forget that you and I, ex-husband, but I'm crying out for help. And the help that I'm asking for is not at a level where I'm saying balance me out. We will end up with broken kids out of a lack of supply because I do not carry enough in me to be able to take up space for both parents.
You can't be a father
and if you I don't want to lie, it took a lot for me to sit and realize that, Zikhona, you can't do this.
I commend you for being honest to yourself.
For me to sit down and say, especially after my mom had passed away, it was very clear that, Zikhona, you cannot do this. I mean, now I don't want to lie, Viwe and Doc. Maybe that's where men sometimes put a situation they put women kuyo. But now where I'm in a situation, I can safely sit here right now and say, me and my ex-husband, we don't have a social relationship.
Sure.
Like where he's my buddy. I know where he's working. I know what he does. I know. Am I making sense? But I can safely sit here and say that if something happened to me tomorrow, and that will make me not be around forever. I can safely say that I think my children are going to be okay.
You are so lucky.
For me personally, when there was that disconnect, I was very worried about my children. I was very worried about what becomes of them, what moral to. So now we are. Okay, I'm so sorry. I'm gonna have to share this.
You guys think that we don't worry about that?
I don't think you do.
That is the most...
Before you respond, I want you to understand me clearly. Ne? But it's not a matter of saying we don't think you do it as an entire gender, right?
Yeah.
But we've met situations that we can easily judge as this person is not that invested. It comes from forget Viwe. You know, you're having a conversation with your child and you're saying to this child, I'll come see you next week. And you don't come. And you don't say anything in that regard to say, Mame, like, Utata got stuck. And from that form, it's like, it's easier for you to talk. And guys, so, you know, if it sounds like I'm speaking from my wound, it is that. Because
and I mean, this
that's
podcast is about our lives.
But if you're going to say, I'm going to show up, I mean, because it should not even be an issue. If you recognize your responsibility.
And I appreciate the fact that it's not a blanket approach, right?
It's not. It would be so wrong of me to have that blanket approach.
From the few people that I know, right? And I'm going to come straight back to the example you've just made right now about Ndobana, dad couldn't come this weekend, right? I remember...
and subsequent weekends. So you don't make it
subsequent
like...
weekends. Yeah. No, absolutely. Now, when I separated, for instance, right? And I'm literally giving you an example because I'm going to take examples about Nyabantu.
I love that you're keeping it to you, Brian.
I remember getting to a point where I had so I didn't have a car, wasn't insured, so I still had my commitments. Bro, I would walk 17 kilometers from Florida.
I love that.
To Bryanston.
I love that.
Yeah, I mean, Northgate. From Northgate, we will catch a cab back and I will walk back another 17 kilometers. And it's next apa in Dobana Exe, I walked here.
Do you know what I love about what you're saying?
In my walking back, are you safe home? Did you know I'm not home yet? Aibo, Brian, what's going on? Pumile and fun times with the influences. Aibo, what do you mean you're not home? Where are the kids? And didn't know the kids are at home, but with Usisi, and I'm on my way home now. Okay, yeah, okay, she was Zulu. So, okay, I'm like, I'm on my way home. Dizula Hill Fox right now. What do you mean? I'm walking home. What do you mean you're walking home? I'm like, dude, I walked to your place and I'm walking home. There are people who will do that.
Do you know what I love about what you just said?
Yeah.
For me, and I wish every man watching this show can actually catch on. That when you are called to show up, it's not how you show up, it's you showing up. Do you understand?
Show up.
Which for me is like wicked. Your kids are growing up in real time. And they're growing up today. They need a dad to show up today. Whether you walk or you crawl, today. Or you keep moving for them to know you are alive and present. So for me, when a man goes like, hi, but she knows I don't have a car. Unfortunately, for me...
And Viwe, I see a difference in my children.
Yeah.
I see when I interact with my children and you know how you tell your children, you know how much you are loved. You know, mommy loves you, Azza loves you, daddy loves you. I can see that. The type of separate relationship that they have with their dad.
Absolutely.
Sometimes you can look with phone a message and it's from dad and you're seeing there's an interaction.
And
I can see Andy Ababon, I can see Amanda Lamamba. I can see that they are okay or they're going to be okay. I can see that. There was a time when I thought this entire divorce was the end of life. It was the end of life as we knew it. There was a time when I thought that things were going to be bad forever. They were going to be morbid forever. That our life was never going to be
the same,
happy again. But I see them. I love
us as a cast today. I'll tell you what, especially as it concerns what we're talking about. We've got a woman who honestly has gone through a divorce, but took a functional situation, even with kids, you know, you can actually...
3, all of them.
Yeah, you can relax around knowing that whether you were to be alive or not. I represent a grouping of women where that certainty doesn't exist for me. You know, for me, I've got to make sure that whatever I wish and I will it into existence, you know. I make sure that I will, and I trust that whatever I will unfold perfectly for them, you know. I don't have certainly a co-parent reliable enough for me to say, can I
ask you something?
And it's not about how I relate to him.
Can I ask you something?
It's about, yes, you can.
Have you tried to have a meeting with him? Have you taken? I understand with you.
I couldn't have because even in recent times when I had to save him out of a situation, it wasn't even honorable enough for him to honor me as somebody who had to do something for him. So, and I think my staying away from him cannot warrant for me to have the meeting, because I think for me initially it was to protect myself, my emotional healing from him. So I'm not the best person, I'm not best positioned to ever negotiate. But I've never blocked off his access to kids. I think it's just, I mean, my daughter is how many years now in boarding school? And maybe he was supposed to have at least visited once. You know, and that's how it told me.
Because especially if you have not blocked off anything, if you have not blocked off everything between him and his daughter.
But I'm also not acting an active role in representing him to them. Like, oh, hi, this is how, I'm not there. I'm just like, I'm just dormant. You know, it's a space he needs to nurture and create for himself with them. It's very, and as I was saying, you there, I'm here, guys, you well represented, all of us that have been, and I feel like I loved what you said initially in the show, that, oh my goodness, you wouldn't have had kids knowing you. Knowing me, I wouldn't have had them too, but I feel like I love them as much as they're here and so on, but in terms of planning my whole life forward, I wouldn't have.
As a result, you know what?
So it still feels like a daylight robbery that somebody goes on saying, no, I will, I'm there, but and the disrespect that comes with dishonoring the role that you play, you know, that somebody wants to mimic it to themselves. You know what I mean? They're like, oh no, you know, whatever stories that have been created, but it's still like, I'm still here, seated here, saying you have access to them.
I think
the one thing to be honorable to them has got nothing to do with me. So I'm here, guys, Diana, represented because this life thing.
The one thing you guys, the one thing you guys should be grateful of, right, and be grateful for. Forget the situation that then became. These children were made. Our children were made from love.
Or our interpretation of love. Then.
Our interpretation of love. They were, and I'm speaking of. It's unfortunate circumstances as alandelayo. Ubana, we are no longer together with, you know,
as parents.
As parents. However, that should never diminish the amount of love that they were made in, or that version of love, or the love we have for them.
I love the second part. I don't know, because I don't know about them being made out of pure love. I honestly don't know about that being a reality for all of us.
At that moment when the kids were conceived, right? And now in retrospect, you are able to say in Dobana, ish. I don't know.
I don't know if it was. Because I still tell stories about when I held my first child and my heart was broken. You know what I mean?
Now in retrospect,
immensely violated.
I think
perhaps at that moment, was it not out of
I think Brian, they understand where you're coming from, but I think experiences that is different. Because now actually you're making me remember a painful memory. Just a painful memory. And Kumbola, when I had my husband's first child. First child, he was still a student. He didn't even have a car. Or by 6 in the morning, why is a special? You know, it was a very big thing. It was a very big thing for him. Come, my daughter Emma. My daughter Emma is my last child. Actually, Dr. Mgudlwa Batembu is Emma's gynae.
Our last Dr. Bay, guys. Our Dr. Bay.
The other Dr. Bay.
The other Dr. Bay. He was with Emma. Economically, we were better financially, so I could get the private room.
Sure.
So with the private room, I was so happy because I was going to enjoy this small little child that Dr. Mgudlwa had helped us bring into this world.
Dr. Bay,
and I was going to enjoy it with my husband. You know, my husband was going to be right there in that nice chair, that's like a bed there. And, you know, for that 2-3 days, because it was a Caesar, You?
Connect.
I bet Nana did one night and then told me, listen, either you try to organize your mother or you're gonna be on your own.
She said,
Jonga, then Lile. The entire time I was there with this small baby.
Yeah,
and I'm in a happy marriage. I'm a Zikhona with a happy marriage. Please don't forget the the brackets. I'm Zikhona in a happy marriage. And I'm having the fourth child in a happy marriage.
yes,
and I'm crying.
Happy marriage sometimes is something we create in our mind.
I'm crying from the time he left.
Lulu, because honestly, if you were to evaluate some of the things that we have these kids, circumstances that sometimes as the guys quite cute. But we're happy marriage, basically.
Jonga, I was in a happy marriage and I was crying. Jonga, the people that came at night, there was no complaint I didn't have under the sun because I'm projecting the problems. I've got a 1-day, 2-day daughter. My ex-husband was my husband at the time, just will not sleep in this uncomfortable chair or get comfortable bed again.
Yeah.
And he's telling me to tell my mother to come and sleep in this bed for him. And I was like, no, I didn't even call my mother to tell her that. I sat there with my newborn baby. And I was wondering, it is a happy marriage, right? And I was able to lull my brain.
Your brain can be lulled easily.
I was able to lull my brain into coming out of that hospital
and thinking, we have a baby.
And I met Viwe when we were in our happy marriage. I came out of there in my happy marriage era, whereas I had just cried the past 2 days in a hospital.
My goodness, Brian, and I like that you were in your happy marriage. Brian, you say to us about
yeah. Ooh, yes, here it comes now.
Yeah, Brian. Zonga me.
Abasho.
Mamela zongi. Neunyetswe. Ngwanesi. What the hell? Whatever it is. Bakchata, what is shoe? When I was in Komo Pawati or boy. Yes, and it's been so better lately against the lady. And and also tell me, how has it been? How has it been go round two? There's all Viwe guys that are weighing up their options. And they take a good man come back in fact.
She keeps on reiterating this whenever the opportunity arises, right? But we know damn well where the hell you going?
We do.
Yeah, you were asking.
Can you observe your hot seat? Can you observe your hot seat?
Please, as I...
Yeah, Brian. Or fail our pamban, and Panzanda Ibizan's cost, which would have been so inappropriate navigators.
Yeah,
that's I will confuse. When you are to second round, my way to back at was keep up on my what? Like, what's the thought process?
Getting back in?
Yes. And also, do you then model your next one on the failures of the first one? Or like, how do you even structure this thing? Because mna deciding baleka. Like I'm a runner here. You got a runner in me.
Two and completely independent things happened. So I moved back to East London in 2013. And I was getting away from, I was changing province, wanted to be away from my ex-wife, wanted to be with my kids, and I was like,
cheers,
stuff this. If I'm going to start my life over again, I need to be away from all the noise and all the distractions, right? If you remember that first episode that we did, I did say in Dobana, I'm able to separate the
public television person?
Yeah, the television radio person from my personal. So it was about getting away from Rondole. Come back to East London. My father was still... In fact, that was on Tata. Is it from in Kabwe?
I remember you did say.
Yeah, so I come back and Umchita called me. In fact, he organized the meeting for me with Utatum and Uputi. Meeting yakhona ezizitu zithi kumi efondeni sithunywe ngubhuti as in my father. Like okay. I think I'm coming here for a birthday party. Ndafika kuhleli utata unculungisile ngapha nguzama ngapha uphuzama amanzi. Okay, akho party yapha.
Yeah.
Sithi yezi. Jesu ufanele thunywe ngubhuti yapha. I'm like, okay. Kaloku ufanele ngowe inkulu kokwenu. Okay. Ngoku kaloku ubhuti uthi ngenxa yento bona just because ufailishile lona ayithethi into bana usuqhubekeka nobomi. Yabona ubhuti ufuna ulanda omnye umfazi.
Chisa.
Ndithi hayi bo kanjani. Uthi hayi kanti bayibeke ngesixhosa into bana indoda xa kunzima iguqa ngedolo libe linye.
Eke? Ilale ngalo futhi biyaqonda.
Not ngawo omabini unikezela
Oh man. Oh.
That okay. Wow. I left that meeting and I get home. Ndiyafika ihleli pha ibukile icricket le1. Yavele yazilalisa.
Yeah.
Yavele yazilalisa ndithi bawuchase. Yavele yajoga yancuma. I'm like, oh okay, you know exactly what the hell just happened. So that was the one thing that happened. And that was 2014, right? Okay, yeah, played the field a little bit, 2014, 2015.
Oh, ungezi passengers eBoeing.
Bro, come on.
I'm not chill.
It's a Titanic. It's a Titanic.
Iceberg.
I'm sure I Rovos ring. Blue train with Tina.
Uthini kind of before we take a stone journey. For now, image, I love picturing things, guys. As passengers is happy. Kulapa. Kula. We want to get to know your kind.
Zonke insipho ziyawasha. Excejoga zonke insipho ziyawasha bra. Bra.
In another context can you ibhacilele wena. And saqalela ndiceba nditheni kuyi. Yisho chomis nesidukwazi.
Konke.
Akaphumshi mani xa ijola le thepha.
Konke bra. Listen, I think you need to My first girlfriend in Johannesburg was Indian.
Na John nditheni kuwe.
Come on.
Get into nazo mameli. Akadibana nomanyauza. Angizulenza ixesha.
Yabona ke into endizobona ngibale kumanyauza. Ndabale kwasemthatha manyauza mthatha.
Yabona le chapa idibana no.
Oh, suka nini?
Ayikhumshi
Let me tell you what Manyauza from Mthatha did. Right? Busy na man city for any flight up to Joburg every now and then except bus trip sakulanda yena zike ne bus chonga londo yenzekayo.
This is back in the day.
This is back in flipping 2000, bro.
Okay.
And I almost mentioned this was after the Indian girl, right?
Yeah, never. Inwele ziyathelwa ayizazi week izeni. Natural. Where's me kamele?
I knew it was going to turn into this.
I said inches ezithungwayo zithungwe everywhere as you can imagine.
That's a natural zone.
Zindawo yonke.
But
imagine
playing games, you.
U10A were natural Indian hair everywhere.
If there's such a thing as a 14A, we were there, but and that's no weaves. Anyway, so Manyauza from Mthatha, right?
Yeah.
I'm young, innocent. I'm like, we here. You come up every 2 weeks, you know, and Sikren. It just so happened in Nobana, we came down for a funeral, Singamachit, right? Some friends of ours passed away, and we were coming to a funeral, Utit Nomuhal. We were coming to a funeral, so Sabambe Karavelezi too, Sakubisa and Asezemont. Yeah, right? He's sitting in the front seat, I'm in the back seat, tinted out caravel. Sifike sibi se man just much in southern with economy
kanti kutasha uManyauza
chini tiza wanga man naye ke futhi hello baby you are the kubul davela face ndani ayivana bakhona. That was the end of it. I was like, sure. Kwavele washwanga, ran back inside, and I was like, okay, That's why I gave Umanyawuza. I'm
No,
very skeptical.
but I'm sure every black man has had an issue here or there. Does it mean it's a cancellation?
No, you've never been cancelled, guys.
No, but you've cancelled us. Have you not?
Never.
Okay.
Have you not?
Never.
Are we not cancelled?
No. Hell no.
African butter.
Oh,
Okay.
best believe.
African butter. Okay.
Listen, you must remember, after Manyawuza from Mtata, then I met my ex-wife, right? So we were in there, committed. She's Zulu from KZN Mzinto.
No, but Sati, I will not tell. Sorry, I'm not being tribal.
No. I used to go.
I'm not being tribal.
What's
from Manyawuza was caused.
What's caused Manyawuza? What was Bonella, Brian?
That one alive.
How did that make you feel?
I didn't feel a damn thing.
No, don't lie. Don't lie. Were you not invested in her?
You know, that's what you invest in. And it's money loss. It's like gambling, bro. It's literally like gambling. Now, I think the one thing I am able to do is to shut my emotions down completely. Completely. It's a terrible trait that I have. But I'm able to look through you. We will once have had something, but I am able to look right through you. Like the I kid you
laser view. We are scanning. Listen.
Yeah.
There is outward watching or looking, and where you can be able to scan what works and what doesn't work.
Yeah.
Now I'm trying to find when you sit now and reflect on who Brian was, who Zongamele was, when you first set out and went to search for gold in the gold city and to search for whatever that you were looking for.
Yeah.
And returning, and you know, for you it's quite iconic because I end off returning, Jay. There is a moment of reflection. There's a moment where you realize, man, I need to go home and I need to start from zero and rebuild.
Yeah.
And I want to say, Uba, when you look at the two people, and I want you to reflect particularly with reference to marriage and how you feel it augmented you, whether that was growth or whether it actually affected you downwards. And I want you to reflect on your career, you know, whether the fame that came early in your life, whether how that affected Uzongamele with reflection, with however you looked at life when you started out and where you are now. Yeah. And how that changes your perspective looking forward. Is the question clear?
Yes.
Is the question clear? And I don't want you to go wild. That's why I'm containing you to just marriage and your career. Just to say, when it comes to these two things, as I left and set out and with all the dreams and the hopes that I had, and now returning and coming and reflecting, and I'm not saying you're returning only now from your first marriage. I know that you are married now, but I'm saying when you look back at everything that you've gone through, right? And how does that affect your forward looking now in terms of how you want to conduct yourself, what choices that you want to make, and how different that they are from how you would have reasoned previously?
I would have said to 19-year-old Zongamele, Brian Ndevu, take it easy. Don't get caught up. Don't get married too soon. Don't have kids later. And I think it's one thing that I actually even tell my younger brothers as well in Dobana, Jens, you've got no reason getting married before the age of 30. I got married at 24.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Got in the
Indon.
And don't at 24 Indon. No. Let's reflect it upon it. Navigators.
Let me tell you why.
Don't defend it.
No, I'm not defending it.
You're just tapping here or there.
I told you, Indobana, I'm a person that commits, right? I met my ex-wife when I was 21. We had a kid at 23, right, in 2003. We got married when I was 24. I was never going to allow myself to have a child out of wedlock. And it was one thing, like I said, about it being intentional. I was intentional about Ndobana. Diaktanda and Simitisene, okay, cool. Masiye gendanga, masasi kebezela machat. I remember kuyo hlawulwa isi super and I changed my mind on the way. Not magonye gwengengalo. Flip it. What are we wasting time for? I'm here, right? I never wanted to have children out of wedlock. Because okokuqala, you are disrespecting ikhaya, elinye ikhaya lomunye umuntu. Kumnandi umuntu lo.
Wow.
And ndikhuzwe ngolo hlobo, bra. Into yobana you can't disrespect ikhaya, elinye ikhaya ongalaziyo. Awuyazi okwaqala bakuxhotywe ngantoni na.
Songe?
Yeah.
Mid-answer.
Hey?
Mid-answer, I want to cut it. You're going to come back to you. I want to ask you a question. There are many kids that have been fathered by men with good intentions. Men that would have salvaged the situation. Because let's call it what it is.
Yeah.
And and there are many men that have done exactly what O'Brien would have done. I'm not saying that was your only reason for considering umtshato, but I'm just riding on what you've just said. Flip it, I'm here. Let's let's parent this child together.
In a family.
Is it when he said well considered thing?
When he said it, when you said something quite powerful just now.
Yeah.
You said you did not want to perpetuate a generational curse.
Yeah.
And for me, that went like boom. It became such a light bulb. My hope is that I teach my children to make their own decisions, that they do not feel that it is upon them to correct the past. Because the past, the past has a place of its own, and it has nothing to do with my son. It has nothing to do with my son. I don't want.
Let me complete what you're saying. As I was saying, this is exactly why I was putting this question to you.
Yes, what you said was very painful, Brian, because I promise you, many people come from that angle. I'm not saying we're not saying that's the only reason you got married, but I'm saying that can we please teach our children. Now maybe our time is already sort of up. Can we also now teach our children to not make it their responsibility to correct
generational curses,
our mistakes? Because now I tell my children all the time that generational curses of this family are not yours. You know what I do? I actually put a genealogy. I draw up a whole genealogy for my children. I tell them my mother's name, her grandmother, everybody.
Can I tell you something?
And I tell them stories
Can I tell you something?
Yes.
Can I actually weigh in on this before? I do want you to complete the response.
I need to
there is
before I forget
nothing
my train of
wrong
thought.
with wanting to kill generational patterns, but you cannot sacrifice yourself in that process. The very first thing that I think everybody should concern themselves with is healing themselves from having to exist with the curses they exist within. You know, your father left your mother left your father left your mother. The very first thing you need to do is to concern yourself with is to heal yourself. Because when you heal, the curse is held. The curse is just...
It's broken.
It's broken. Because you have healed. But when you use your life to physically stand in the gap, that's when the healing doesn't happen. Because you'll find what? You'll find a Brian that may be married to heal them. But where are those kids now?
Because what...
We are sitting with...
Can I finish? Wait, allow me to finish. Allow me to finish.
Yes, absolutely.
Allow me to finish. Hold on. Yeah, please hold on.
Sure.
And I understand fully where you guys are coming from. And I'm glad you guys both agree and see, or agree, Glenda Wunditi, I was breaking a generational curse,
I love
right?
that.
I didn't get married to break a generational curse. Let's be very clear.
No, the kid. The fathering the kid within the marriage.
Fathering, and
it's
fathering
the same thing, though.
No, it isn't. If you listen to me clearly, luckily I was in love with this woman, and I got to break the generational curse.
Can I also question that? You didn't marry every woman you were in love with in your life. So the fact that she had a child...
How many women have I been in love with?
No, but trust me. I can bet my pinky. That wasn't the first time you felt the butterflies in your time. You loved somebody. You know, but you didn't marry every other woman that you were in love with. So that's what I'm saying. The fact that she was
I didn't. The first one was in my teens. I was way too young. The second one, I did marry. The third one, I have.
So you've only been loved 3 times in your life?
3.
Sunshine.
Yeah.
Breathe in and out. Why? What's that?
No. Okay.
And out.
Yeah.
And in.
Yeah.
And out.
Dude, I've been a player.
Here's yours. Take over.
I've been a player in my life. Best believe. Oh, best believe I was a player in my life.
and you've loved 3 times. Actually, there's a friend of mine.
How many times have you loved? Because I can't believe what Zongi is saying.
In relationships.
Actually, he was Dr. Njebongona.
Yeah.
Njebo always said that. And he said it right through from the time we were kids in medical school till the time he died.
Yeah.
He died probably the year before COVID. He would say, you fall in love once. And if you're lucky, only the lucky ones fall in love the second time. But believe me, never have been a third. That is how rare falling in love is.
Navigators,
I don't know about never a third.
I mean, for him, right till his dying, his deathbed, Yebo really, truly felt that way. So I'm saying, I'm on your side here. I'm saying that it's possible to not have loved a lot of times.
Once then. Everything else looked like love, felt like love, was dressed like love, but I've only just loved once.
I know the women I have loved. I know them.
Hi, Bo Brian.
Kid you
but
not.
I feel like now I'm just like some.
So what? I kid you not.
In fact, actually cancel all of you. I'm only in love once.
When you sit back and reflect on what you define as love, right? You actually realize, no, this was just infatuation. Oganya, this was just a phase. Oganya, this was just a craze. If you were to sit back and I asked myself this question over these last 2 weeks with everything that's been going on in my life, right? And I realized that, actually, it's funny you should ask. It's as if you were living in my brain.
I do, don't I?
No last. You lasting figure. Lasting figure.
Don't I?
I actually realized it, Dobana. And it's funny enough, when I was talking about the backdrop and I sent you a pic and you were like, interesting pic. That was the first. That was my first.
Okay. Second, look, I didn't know. I respect that because I always thought I'm on his stand and song. In fact,
no.
You are the.
And if you think about it, we're still friends now.
With all 3 women.
Bro.
Okay, well, the other one is your wife still.
My ex-wife and I, we were joking about I'm joking.
Not physically, but I feel like.
And even with my current, bro, should anything ever happen, yo, you and I, we're in each other's lives for the rest of life. You know what I mean? So that's Brian, it for me, man.
So what anchors you?
My kids.
Your kids. What's your spiritual practice?
I pray.
Who's God in your life?
My creator. God in my life is the sun and the moon.
Okay, church or the club?
I don't church, I don't club.
Whiskey or gin?
Oh, come on. I'm a whiskey guy. Macallan 12. Sponsorship, please?
Sure, okay. and lastly.
Yeah. Oh, Lord.
All right.
That smile. Go ahead. Lastly.
No,
yeah?
I want to surrender this question. Let me
No, don't. I dare you.
You know, if you're single again, what would you look for?
I've never thought about that.
If you had to think about it, on your feet right now.
On my feet
what's
right now.
What's attractive to you?
What do you call people that fall in love with people's brains? Sapiosexual?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm a high intellect person. I want to discuss numerology. I don't want to sit there and look at your body and bend the seat to, oh, baby, nice, because that's going to fade.
No, BBL for you.
Yeah.
How do you feel about BBL?
BBL's nice. BBL nice. All I want for my birthday is a big booty girl. You know? I'll come on. Obviously, flip, man. I don't know. The thing is, Indian colored, Chinese.
You're just avoiding Xhosa people,
Italian
and I don't understand.
Plenty Xhosa. Plenty Xhosa. Yo, plenty Xhosa.
Brian, a question for you.
Look at a Brazilian girl, man. Mexican. Shit. I don't know.
When was the last time you surprised yourself?
It was probably 10 years ago.
All right.
It was probably 10 years. It's been a while.
It's been a while.
When are we surprising ourselves again?
Oh, man. It needs to happen this year, bro.
Definitely.
It needs to happen this year. Like, I don't even celebrate my birthday. You know what I mean? Now my birthday is just...
No.
The thing is...
Let's do this. I'm doing this on behalf of Umawetu, who is not here. Cool. Luli Katulo,
Oh, God.
La
Are
Kusalu
you
Brian, Tina Sizingosi Zikhona.
Yeah.
Go. Melulalele.
Listen to what we
Okay.
say.
Mic
Yeah.
down. I'm not sure if I'm speaking from advantage or not, right? Because we do share very intimate things about our lives.
Yeah.
And I also know that having been married before and you having chosen to remarry
Yeah.
with your current wife, with whom you also have kids with, my question to you right now is how is that going?
It is challenging,
Yeah.
right? In the sense that one, navigating, see what I did there? Navigating the relationship from a distance takes a toll on the relationship itself, right? We were in Johannesburg, she found a job in Cape Town, and the decision was very mutual. And when I look, it's going to be pointless for us to be spending money in Johannesburg and Cape Town as opposed to just
you're coming back here.
yeah, coming back here with the kids. And I was like, yo, let me take the kids back to East London, family environment, flip into Kaya, so that you can be reassured about that type of thing. But even you're into, it's challenging in the sense that there's that distance.
It's quite important for me to find, because this is something that I'm also faced with, you know, the decision whether or not to remarry.
Yeah.
The thought process,
Yeah.
you know, do you when you reflect on it, because I'm not asking you to justify why you made the decision to remarry, but when you reflect back on who you married the second time around, how do you judge your decision making? Is it something that if you had to redo tomorrow, you'd still redo, or would you choose differently?
I think I would.
Still remarry?
Yeah.
Okay.
I
Marry that particular person?
Yeah. Because we had known each other for a very long time. Known each other for like 16 years.
So that would be the qualifying.
I think it was more. I think it was a comfort type of decision. And okay, I know you. We know each other. We both from East London, and you know we.
And reflecting upon that, knowing each other, because I'm trying to find a woman that you've also known for a similar amount of time. Would that qualify them to be your wife?
No. It wouldn't. I don't know if it would qualify. I don't think it's based on the amount of time that I've known a person. I think it is more of, do we get along? Are we compatible? Do we speak the same language? Do we have the same hopes, dreams, aspirations? It's not about the length of time that I've known a person, but I would most likely date a person I've known
for a while.
Yeah. I would most likely date a person that I've known for a while, because I don't know, there's a certain level of comfort instead of having to go and learn someone new.
But does it though?
Eh?
Does it?
Does it what?
You know, I've seen people that actually get married to the Zikhona after knowing each other for maybe a couple of months or a year.
Yeah.
And I've seen people get married after they've known each other for 12 years or
Yeah.
15 years or 18 years for that matter.
Yeah.
But I'm saying with hindsight, because I don't want you to judge yourself as going into the situation. I want you to reflect on it, given removing O'Brien emotionally from the situation, and say, look, the fact that I've known this person, you've said it's a bit tricky and difficult in current times. And then, I mean, I respect your honesty.
Sure.
But I'm trying to say now, if you remove O'Brien and his attachment to his correctness of decision making, because this person has been massive for 16 years. Now you sit there at a higher position and you reflect upon the actions of Brian with hindsight, with the benefit of it, and say, but look, Mame like been massive for 16 years. How would my experience yokumazi yomchato compare with those corner that I've just known last year, right? So I'm trying to get your assessment and your judgment of the situation, without you justifying why you felt it was appropriate, for you to remove yourself and sit almost in a tree bark, you know, and on some like very high position and be like, In fact, what felt right then was that I knew her.
Yeah.
What felt safe.
Now that I am now experiencing challenges that I didn't foresee coming, because I thought lo mntu ndiyamazi for 16 years.
Bro,
is the question clear?
Listen, I think, let me tell you right now,
Yeah.
right, in God's honest truth, I should not have listened to my father and got married again. I swear. I should not have listened to my father. And this is no reflection on my wife.
On her. No, I love that. No.
This is no reflection on her.
I'm with you on that one.
I should not have.
Yeah.
Because there was a lot more to focus on when I came back here. I was getting away from a lot, I came here with a purpose. Again, I left with a purpose, I came back with a purpose.
Thank you.
And I gave that purpose up, right? I let go of certain things that I actually wanted to do because it was like, yo, okay, shit, and I mean, come on.
I know,
That's my pops.
I know.
I had no business getting married again. I wouldn't be here right now. Oh, best believe, you would be talking, we'd be having a Zoom meeting right now.
Elon Musk.
We'd be having a Zoom meeting. Oh, guys, okay, I need to go and present. I've got a TEDx presentation in the next 15. Elon, Elon. I kid you not.
I love that reflection because it seems very honest.
No, it is. It is, absolutely.
I love that reflection because sometimes you're so protective of decisions you've made.
Yeah.
And I wasn't asking you that question repeatedly to maybe corner you. But I wanted for you to reach a moment where you're no longer protecting decisions you took earlier on. Because sometimes you get so accustomed to, but I need to, because it was me. Yes, it was you.
Stockholm syndrome. You end up falling in love with your situation.
And again. And all over again. I love that honesty. But I also just want to maybe then touch on something else. That given the decision that you know you've made, where did it hurt most? Where did the decision to remarry hurt you most? Did it hurt your... And I want to maybe suggest things, and I don't want you to say yes just because I'm suggesting them. Did it hurt your career? Did it hurt your well-being? Where did you see or identify that, my goodness, after this, or where do you see that, you know what, if this were to end, you know, I'm not saying that's what I wish for you, but I'm just writing on you saying it's difficult. Where do you think these are the things that I would most probably need to give attention to in order to heal myself and return maybe to the frequency or to the trajectory that my life is intended for? Right? Where do you find, but you know what, if this were to go south, one of the first things I would consider about moving forward would be taking Brian along on ABC, because this is where maybe I felt that whether it's my manhood, but where do you think you would need to heal the most in order for you to get yourself back onto the frequency or to the trajectory that your life you feel was intended for?
Bro, I'll tell you now, where I feel and think Ugubana, I missed out. I completely flipped up on finances. I would have spent less. Hands down. I'd be well ahead of where I am right now. Hands down. Hands down. And both times.
In both instances?
Both sides. Both times. I would have been way ahead of where I am.
That's why
you would be talking.
By the way, navigators.
You would be talking to Dr. Bay and Dr. Ndevu, right? I'll be talking to
Where's Dr. Bay for this episode? It's
soon to be.
In the making.
Soon to be.
In the making.
We'd be a bunch of doctors up here.
And industry leaders, guys, and pushing very present.
Bro,
you know?
if at all anything, I'd probably be sitting as a CEO of the SABC right now.
I want you to make your kids watch this episode, because if you are a 21-year-old and about to go on into this wild life journey, but some of these decisions that you take have the capacity to make you whatever Zongi just described now, or somebody who's sitting here reflecting on could have been, should have been, and
could have, should have, would have.
And I just want to say, Brian, from what you've just said, I just want to, first of all, thank you for your honesty. I mean, it's not you know, when we sit here and we bare our souls, you know, when we sit and bare our souls, there's scrutiny. There's a lot of things that we open ourselves to. But
Absolutely.
Thank you for being honest about that.
Thank you.
And secondly, this is something I want to say to you, and I want to say to Azza, my son, and say to every person watching. Marriage is a financial affair.
Yeah.
The minute I'm not going to talk about the love affair.
Yeah.
Yes.
Marriage is going to either make you or break you financially.
Yeah.
Especially Tina, who are not coming from money. Tina Betunana, let us also be very careful. Tina, we are not coming from money. Tina, asungabantwana bakasol kezna. We're not trust fund babies. Who you marry, when you marry them, the reasons you marry them, all of those things are going to make up what that marriage constitutes.
Yeah.
Whether it works or doesn't work, it financially becomes a reason you go forward, or Bombako is a continuous reflection. I can tell you that from my experiences. I can tell you from experiences people I've spoken to, other people's experiences. So I just want to say, what you're saying is exactly what everybody says.
Yeah.
We need to be careful. We need to be conscientious. We need to educate ourselves on marriage. Let's not on butterflies. Butterflies are always going to be there. We need to learn what constitutes this legal binding situation. You're asked to maybe do 2-3 signatures, but yet to get out of this thing, it's a million signatures. It's a very legal thing that
I feel like that's going to be a subject for another episode.
We have to get into Dagenda. We're going to get into Dagenda.
In closing today's session, Brian, I do want you to it is the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's only appropriate that we hear from you. You know, what are your hopes for the year for yourself and for our viewers?
Oh, listen, let me start with everyone that is watching. I wish money in your account and in your pocket, not out. May it be so. May the blessings come in abundance. May your focus be sharper. May your successes be greater. And may love fill everything that you have intentions of doing, Glonyaka. For myself, growth.
I love growth for you.
Yeah, man. Growth.
I love it. I feel like I love it for everybody, but I love it for you as well. I wish it for you. Honestly. And acceptance and abundance and health and wealth but do go on for yourself. I'm sorry.
I was about to say health, wealth. God damn, I've already started running. Started running. So health is on the way. Wealth, it's coming.
Certainly, please manifest it more positively and certainly.
It's coming.
Definitely, love it.
It is soon to be here. It's soon to be in the cloud. But no, in all reality, health, man, my kids, their prosperity, and life for everyone around me, happiness, I'm a person that just,
I love it. Cheers. Siyabulela. Inkosi kwandisele. uThixo akusikelela nabe phezu kwakho nosapho lwakho. Seyonke iminqweno yakho neminqweno yenhliziyo yakho ifezekiseke. From today onwards, it is a wrap.